Well, it's time for you to start practicing your fine motor if you're in pre-K or in kindergarten. So we're going to start with a letter, and the lowercase b is going to be the bird. Now, I do have a video of doing the letter B for bear, so that is something you can look on my account on YouTube for Kids. But today we're going to make a bird. So I'm going to make my bird blue, the blue feathers, and of course the details of the legs, the beak, and the feet will be in orange. So let's begin very quickly. And one of the things that I need you to learn is how to put your scissor in your hand. So I'm a right hand. Even though you see me on the video on the left, I'm a right-handed, but the camera makes me look like I'm doing it left way. So the first thing you have to do is the smallest circle of the two. The smallest one that's round is where your thumb goes. So you're going to put it in there, and all the other fingers go in here. Now, since I have a big hand, I have to make sure that I have at least two of my fingers in my big scissor. Okay? So I'm going to bend down the camera so that you can see what I'm going to cut on the table, because you need to see it. I don't, but you're going to have it. So here's the camera and here's the paper. Here's my scissor. And the first thing you have to learn is how to open, close your scissor. And the other one is that your other hand has to have a grip on the paper. So I'm going to go on the curve of my little B, and I'm going to cut on the black line. And I'm going to open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. And the reason why I'm doing it slowly is because you are learning how to cut. The skill is to open and close the scissor. The other skill is to move the paper with the hand that doesn't have the scissor. So if you are cutting, cut slowly. Don't cut fast unless you already know how to cut. Now, most of my students don't know how to cut, so they have to cut slowly. And if you see, as I'm pointing it to the camera, there are some little curves that you need to pay attention to when you're cutting the letter B. Now this lowercase b has a hole in here. So how do you make that hole? Well, one of the things is that you bend a little bit and you snip it. You see? Now it has a hole. And now I can cut from inside. But some people like to cut the letter on the outside and then cut the inside circle. I would never do that. So just snip it and then slowly cut the inside black line of the circle, or in this case, an oval. This one has the shape of an oval. So now that I did cut it off, now it has what is supposed to be the wings of the bird, and this is where we're going to put the eye of the bird. I don't have a googly eye, but you can put a googly eye on your bird. The other part is here. This is the tail. The tail looks like three triangles that are put together. So you're going to open, close, because these are straight lines. Open, close, open, close. Now remember, you got to move the paper. If you don't move the paper, you have a problem. So move your hand with the paper and then move the scissors slowly. So you can open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. So once I'm finished with the tail, I have to continue with is considered the legs and the beak. So now I'm bringing the orange construction paper in here. This is the beak, these are the legs, and these are the feet. So I'm going to cut right through the middle and cut the beak. The beak is the triangle. So we go like this. Open, close, move the triangle, open, close. And this is my beak. Now, moving the paper onto the side, I'm going to start with one of the legs. The legs are rectangle. So it's open, close, and then open, close, open, close. Now we have the foot, and it looks like web feet, but birds in the one that we're making is not web feet. It's the one that's like a chick. So this is one of the feet. Now we have the other pieces that we are going to cut, which is the one that we're doing for the other leg. So open, close, and then open, close, open, close. Remember, you're opening and closing your scissor. Now let's take the foot and go around, but you're moving it with this hand. Okay, take your time. This is not a competition that who finishes first. Is to cut correctly. That's what you need to do. Alright, and here is the other foot. So we're going to glue it, and I'm done with my scissor, so I can leave it onto the side and bring my glue. I use Elmer's glue because it's the best. And I'm bringing my construction paper where I'm going to paste the letter B. So the first one I have to paste is the B that I cut first. So in order to do that, you have to flip it over, open your glue. Open the glue by twisting it. You see, it was closed and there's no glue, and you twist it and you open it. Then you squeeze and begin your journey of making a line for the letter B to be pasted. Okay, you grab your letter by both sides at the extreme points, and then you paste it on your paper. You're going to press, press, press. It's very important that you press. If you don't press, that's not going to glue. Alright, now let's do the legs. So my legs tend to be a little bit bigger. My strategy is to pull it up and stick it right under. And there you go. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. I have a lot of glue over here too. I'm going to stick it under. And that's the legs. Now the feet, I do have to put glue on it because that needs its own glue. So what you do is you put a little bit of glue and then you stick it right where you want it, right here. Now, since you're walking, your direction of your feet should go in the same direction as the first one was. Okay? And then you stick it. Now that you have the feet in the right direction, which is the direction of the head, okay, now you can put the beak. And the beak will obviously be right up here. You will put your eye, your googly eye, on it, and that will be the completion of that part of the head. I don't have a googly eye, so I'm not going to put a googly eye here, but I am going to finish by putting the tail. And the tail goes right here. You see? It starts to look like a bird, and it has to look like a bird because that's what it is, a bird. B for bird. And this is how we paste it. You don't have to put a lot of glue. If you do, squeeze it out. If you get glue on your fingers, that's okay. You just rub it off. It's not the end of the world. And I got my hands sticky. Stop it. That's fine. Look. And close your glue so that it doesn't stay dry. Alright, let's bring the camera back up and let's see our bird. So all you have to do is put a googly eye here and it's going to look just like the one on the paper here. You see? And this is how you make a bird for the letter B. Now, remember, smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get.